Fast forward, you come our channel, so I'll say GH Politics Avenue. Podcast also training because make headlines. And the Jemre na be exum, need him near Braxi, Mr. Oxonia, young political highway, seen him again at any assem go to Accra. Now, Unia, Ghana for Omu Akoka Abiamu, our South Africa. Na and cry in Sate, say, Omu Asaya stranded, Ewa, any assem go to a impo upon a year. Media briefing na ekoso said yomo ye no enye ne ade no nyina. Si South Africa a police for di eye eman no anima. This time around o man kasa etwa Ghana for ma enya asem kotoa. Onu amesra se Black Rasta so nsem mu a obo yinchiremu. Yemwuram na yehwe ne yeko ene di eba.
Sad. South African police still chase stranded Ghanaians. Before we came into the studio today, about to start the show, we had some distress calls from South Africa. And I was quite sad. Now the Ghanaian government has set the pace. Some people have already arrived from South Africa on evacuation. We have called the bluff of the South Africans who are only giving lip service to the rest of the Africa in Ubuntu. The president of the republic chartered the Ethiopian Airlines planes and sent these planes all the way to South Africa to bring our people home in dignity. Those who already wanted to return home and had no money to buy tickets were all considered. They have been given up to the end of this month to leave South Africa, or else they will be visited with harm that will be so unpalatable that Ghanaians will be forced to swallow that without spitting. My brother, my sister. So Ghanaians have been forced to run to Pretoria to register and get themselves in a certain database so that they can come home peacefully. The government has been praised. Samuel Okudzeto Ablakwa has been praised. My brother, my sister, it's a beautiful thing. But the Ghanaians we spoke with, they said they registered to come home. And when they got to the registration point, because they were invited, it looks like the planes are not ready to bring the final batches home. And therefore, they are forced to find their own accommodations, their own feeding. The consulate, the Ghana consulate over there, is not taking care of them. It's not feeding them. Whilst they wait for the planes to arrive and take them home. They showed me some videos. Some of them are sleeping in churches like this. No blankets. Children are all over the place, sleeping on the floor. My brother, my sister, I don't want you to hear the voices behind this. My brother, my sister, look at some of them, babies, lying on the bare floor. They have been here for days, weeks, waiting for the plane to arrive. My brother, my sister, this is South Africa, and this is a church. They are in the church and they pay to be in the church. Those who are unable to pay, whoever takes care of the church kicks them out. They can't afford to be in hotels. My brother, my sister, if we can pay for the flight to bring them home, is it accommodation we can't give them? And these are some of the people standing there, children, and the weather is cold in South Africa right now. My brother, my sister, the government is doing a good job. Maybe the government's attention has not been drawn to this yet. Because if we can pay for planes to bring them home, how many are these people that we can't put in tents or camps? There are camps that cost less. There are good Ghanaians out there who can pay for these people to be in tents. How many are they that we cannot accommodate? That we have to wait until they have pneumonia or some other such sickness before they return home. I spoke to one of the gentlemen. He didn't want his name to be mentioned, and he didn't want his face to be shown for fear that he might be victimized. I promised him that there wouldn't be any victimization because Samuel Okudzeto Ablakwa is a great guy, and this would just be a way of drawing his attention and the government's attention to the predicament of the Ghanaians who are in waiting in Pretoria so they can be flown home. This is not to say the government is doing something bad. Maybe the attention of the government has not been drawn to this. In every scheme, there is always something in there that might not work perfectly. It is just to show that we are human and we are ready to accept the duty call and respond to it. Listen to what the gentleman told me. Watch this.
Yeah, now the problem that we are facing over here is we are just waiting for a flight to just come and fetch us away. Even though if there's no any package for us, we are okay. We just want to come home because we are stranded. Now you can't even go out to buy food because the police are arresting people. Even just today, they've arrested almost 6 or 7 people. I don't know if they've been given bail or they are still inside.
What exactly is happening? What is the issue?
The issue is that the beginning of all these things, they made it clear to us that the thing, they are doing it on a databases. So you register online. When it's time for the commission to post the list, the moment you find your name in the list, wherever you are, you come to the High Commissioner office, which is in Pretoria over here. Then you pass through the necessary screening. After you are done with the necessary screening, then all this problem is began with this database because there are a lot of people, they didn't go through the databases, but they've been registered, they've been screened, and most of them who didn't even register, they are gone. And we that we were able to register on databases, we are still here for almost a week.
How are you taking care of your accommodation and feeding?
Now we are just calling our families back home so that they can send us money. And even now, the person that, if someone is sending us money through home, the person who is giving us the money, we just call the person this evening and he's telling us that now he doesn't have money again. So now, even if someone sends you money from Ghana to here, you don't know even where to go and take the money. So we are very stranded here. And where we are sleeping, I think now is 7 something here, is Ghana 5 something. Early in the morning, later by 10, they will come and knock at your door. If you are not able to pay them, then they are taking your things out.
Wow.
So now we are just begging the government. So at least if there's no even packages for us, it's fine. They must at least come and look at us and just take us away. We just want to come home and continue another hustle from there because we are still young. We are still young. Because where I'm coming from, almost a month ago, I nearly got stabbed.
How many of you are there right now?
Now in my room, we are 3 here. We came from different places, but as we met here, we are like a family now. So now we are just helping each other. That's how we are living here.
Well, instead of seeing this as a complaint, Let us see it as a piece of information. The government has done so well. The government has called the bluff of the South African xenophobes. All he's saying is that even if you send them money now in South Africa, it's like Momo. They have to go somewhere to be able to get the money. Okay? Cash the money. When they move out, they are arrested. They have taken the fingerprints already. So the moment they see you, they arrest you. And when they arrest you, they lock you up. The police is in the area where the Ghana embassy or consulate is. So the moment they see people coming out, they arrest them. And once they are in their database, it's so easy for them to be tracked. All they want is for the government to bring them home, package or no package. They want to arrive home. Some of them have been there for weeks, paying to sleep in that church. Cold, no food. To go out and even buy food is trouble. The South African police are after them. The xenophobes are also around. You heard him say where he was staying, he was almost stabbed. They appreciate what the government is doing. All they are looking for now is the opportunity to return home, in his own words, to start the hustle again. It brings tears into my eyes, but that's life. You see, O'Brien or Kon, life is war. You never stop the war until you go into the grave. That is why they say, rest in peace. After the war, O'Brien or Kon, asana wanya sunji. It's my prayer that Okudzeto Ablakwa would see this. After this, we'll send it to him. And then, hopefully, we can speak with the South African High Commissioner, Ghana High Commissioner to South Africa, so that we can work on this and let our brothers come home. In the interim, I have never seen this kind of diplomacy all my years in this country. Congratulations to the Foreign Affairs Ministry, headed by Samuel Okudzeto Ablakwa. Congratulations to the President of the Republic. All I can say is that you have done what Napoleon couldn't do, and we look towards more. It's the Black Pot, aka Kukushonomo, where we speak truth to power. That is criminal. And I didn't expect Sam Joy to laugh over this as a communications minister. My brother, if you are the minister of gender, children, women, and social welfare, and you are told that before you became minister, while in opposition, you were raping little girls, I don't think that if you didn't do it, you should smile like Sam George was smiling. It didn't show seriousness. They could be friends. But when it comes to national issues, we entrusted the communications ministry to Sam George, not to a hacker. If Sam George truly is a hacker, then I have a problem with that. I do. Miracles Abuaji sits down on TV and he calls you a hacker. And all you can do is to smile and show teeth. No, let's be more serious than that. Hey, look, we are a nation of serious people. There are 1 million people who could have occupied the communications ministry, but they chose Sam George because the president has absolute trust in Sam George. If Sam George goes to betray the president and the people of Ghana by acknowledging that, yes, he was a hacker when he was in opposition, because silence means what? Consent. Then I am disappointed. You heard how Miracles put it. You heard how my very good friend Amadou, my brother, my sister, asked the question, were you hacking before? And Miracles was quick to say, oh yes, when he was in opposition, he was hacking. And he pointed at Sam George thinking that he will try to rebut what he said, but Sam George only laughed. Right now, some ministries are having, their portals hacked. The Minister of Communication is a former hacker, a former web thief, and he's still sitting there. I think our country has to be more serious than this. There should be an investigation. If we are supposed to be taken seriously, imagine this happening amongst MPs of England or the United States on TV. You think that the American or the British people will let this slide? I don't think so. And it is only cheap people who hack. If you cannot beat them, then steal from them. Tell lies. Because to hack somebody's account, your opponent's account, and go and put balderdash right up there, does not make you a hero. No hacker should be clapped for, except probably Snowden and the other guy, Assange, Julian Assange. They hacked in order to give the truth to the world. My brother, my sister, we have declassified files, CIA declassified files. Why? They used to be classified. Right now, they have been declassified. If Julian Assange thinks that diplomacy is something that has to make the rounds, and he goes to hack some portals and he gives that out to the world to see what these people think about these people, what these people think about these people, what these people think about these people, I honestly don't have too much of a problem with that. My brother, my sister, every country has its own intelligence. Every country has its own level of intelligence. I know there are spies who try to hack into different accounts in order to take advantage of some countries and beyond. These are spies. But my brother, much as we may call that diplomacy, I see that to be cheap and cowardice. Very cowardly. America has taken the world for granted for too long. America has disrespected its neighbors for far too long. So if somebody hacks,
we ain't some of the team course or channel so I'm not so Jim Reda, and so body didn't be a dominion. Yeah, ever saying as